Hi, good morning, and welcome to this week's live trading session. I'm in here with the traders in the trading room, and it's nearly 20 to 8, so it's quite early this morning. But I've identified a short trade on the dollar yen. So I'm going to literally put half a lot in here now, and I'll put another half a lot in a minute. And so I'll put another unit in now actually, and then I'll go through the setup with you. But let's get the other unit in for now anyway. So at least I've got two entries in there, both at about 63. So let's just press pause and I'll get the stops sorted out. As far as stops are concerned, um, I've got to give it a bit of space, so I'll probably be putting the stop about 111.80 or so. I'm just going to have a double check of that, and then we'll come back to this. What else is there to say? I'll go through the other charts and explain why this trade, but it might be a little bit less than that actually, that stop. But anyway, we'll go through that in a moment, and then I'll be back. Okay, just back, just doing a bit more analysis here. So yeah, what I've spotted is the momentum is to the downside on the hourly charts, and quite often what happens is you see this price here. See the price spike. We come down and we didn't quite hit my hourly 50 here, so it's what I call an air kiss. So price came down, didn't quite hit my hourly 50, and so often it means that at some point price is going to want to come back down and actually get a physical kiss of it. So that will be one of the targets, and I'm targeting down into this congestion zone as a second target as well. So that's what I'm up to here so far this morning. But as I was just saying to the guys in the trading room here, this still is vulnerable to wanting to come up and take these highs out. So this is sort of pattern that could just want to fluff around, take these highs out, and then still roll over again. So I will certainly be watching out for that. What happens if it comes up, stops me out at right up at 111.80, and then looks like it's reversing over? I can trade it again. It's one of those days where that could certainly happen. So we shall see. But yes, those highs, because you've got two little highs here, what can happen is price might want to come up and take out any stops that have accrued over there. So that's how I'm looking at that at the moment. I'll be back in a bit as and when we need to. Just back here, we've been chatting away all morning. It's now 10 past 12. Look at the dollar yens. From when I traded it this morning, it's just been going overall sideways on the hourly chart. If I put it into perspective, 5-minute chart, there you go. So I think I took it somewhere around here this morning, 63 area, as it was starting to break down, and all it's done. And I said putting the stop up at 11.80 rather than risk just it coming up to take out these highs only to then roll over, which is exactly what happened earlier on. And it's done it again and then rolled over again. So it's been not, and put it in perspective, as far as pips are concerned, we're talking sort of a 10 pip or so range, so it's not really been up to much. So the pattern, the trade itself is still there, but the price action has just been very sideways. So we'll wait and we'll update this later on. Okay, right, just back here. So we can see that the dollar yen's finally coming down. I think I said right at the beginning of this, and bear in mind this was several hours ago, we're 1:15 in the afternoon now. I just press pause on the video and we carry on chatting with the guys in the room. So I think this morning I said the target was the hourly 50, but it's not actually. It's longer than that. After I came off, paused your recording for you guys. I was chatting with the guys here and saying, oh no, it's lower than that. So the target is actually in the low 111.40s, around about 111.42, 40, probably 43. Yeah, looking at it, so about 43. So it's about, from the entry that I took this morning, it's about 20 pips. So to that first target. But anyway, it's on the hourly 50 now, but I've got to look for that lower level. So I'll carry on seeing how it gets on. It could well want to bounce from the hourly 50 though, so we'll see how it gets on. Okay, folks, we're nearly there, getting to that target down here at 111.40 area, low 40s. So I'm just looking for a little bit more. It's coming into these prior highs here. So just a smidgen more, and I'll see if it can get there. But now I've started the recording, as always. As soon as I press play on the recording, it will play up now, won't it? Just got it all ready, and there we go. So looks like I'm going to have to press pause. Back in a sec, back in a bit. Okay, banking half profits here, just as it's come down to the 100. So finally taking that half profit there, and I'm just been playing Phantom of the Opera to the guys in the trading room here. Literally, we've had Phantom of the Opera playing as this has been coming down to try to sing the. And James, well done on that one. James said, "Why don't you put it on again?" And just as it's was starting to come down there, we just started playing Phantom of the Opera there. So what I've done is I've banked half on this. I could close it all out, but I've banked half, and what I'm going to do, I've said to the guys that the option is to run the second half for about 111.25. It's done what it needs to do. It doesn't have to carry on coming lower, so it's an option. I'm going to keep the recording going to see if it does get down that bit lower today. It doesn't have to. It's asking a bit of it, but somewhere in that zone anyway. 111.25 to maybe 111.30 is a big congestion zone there. So if we can get a bit lower, then I'll bank the second half down there. So for now, half's banked. Let's press pause. Okay, folks, on the recording here, I'm just what I'm going to do is put a limit order in down here. I've got a target down around about, so as I've said, it's at 111. I'm going to put the order in at 111.27. So that comes into this congestion zone there. It's also a daily pivot down into that zone as well. So the daily, that's at 25.6. So I've put an order in at 27, just a couple of pips above that. That's a nice zone into that congestion there. It doesn't have to do it. The stop's now down at 75. I've got the stop at. So I've moved the stop loss down a bit. I could move the stop down further. I could easily move it down to 70, in fact. Actually, 70 is fine. So I'll move the stop down to 70, in fact. Let's just move that here. So I'll move that stop down to 70. Okay. And we'll see how it goes. So I know it's into support. It's this whole congestion zone here of potential support. So we're just going to have to see how it fares. But whatever, we can't lose on the trade, whatever happens today now. Okay, I'll press pause for now. Okay, finally just back. It's what now, 10 to 7 in the evening. So let's do a reflection of this trade. I'm still just held on to that other half there today, and as we can see, it got down to the lows where I took the profit, and it's just basically bounced off of there. However, I'm going to hold this into next week and just see how it gets on. So let's have a quick recap of the two positions I took there this morning. So just got to see what it does next week, really. So the two positions were at 63, basically 63, weren't they, that I entered. We got that one off there when I did that earlier at 43, and it's currently at 50. The stop's at 70. So we'll just have to see how it gets on. I'm just going to leave that to run. Going into next week, we'll have to see. The target, that was the target down there. I could have come all out down there and made more money than I am in currently, but for the sake of this one, I thought I'd see if it could come down a bit lower. We'll have to see. Maybe it won't, but whatever. Can't lose on the day. I do think one thing as a reflection on the day there, it's another sign. It's a sign that the markets can get stuck. Like the dolly ended today and just went sideways for several hours before them coming down. But you sometimes have to put up with that. And if you've got a setup, and if the pattern hasn't disappeared, then stick with it. Don't just like jump out because you've got bored or you think it's going to do something else. Stick with your pattern, and stay with the trade. Basically, that's it for this week. Anyway, and have a nice weekend, and see you next Friday.